They'll run on first down. It's Thomas, and he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off near the 26.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
They run it with a Hall of Famer, Eric Dickerson. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Dickerson on the handoff. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On third down, they go to Dickerson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
A gain of 3, second down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On second down, Dickerson. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
46 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing on third down, Stafford.
That's complete to Moss out of the backfield.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it here with Dickerson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try to run this one in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. We're scoreless after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. They hand this one to Gronk, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Rob Gronkowski taking it in from a yard out, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. He's going to go up top again. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Jackson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Now Jackson on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown! Randy Moss, 63 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Stafford. And the catch made by Johnson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Stafford now to throw.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end, Freiermuth.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. That's to his running back, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. On first down, Dickerson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And Cooks hands it over the middle. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. As he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing again is Stafford. There again is Cooks, complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 2nd down now, Dickerson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they stake claim to the lead here. It's 10-8. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
Different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run with Thomas. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Jackson on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Jackson. He's going to take another shot here. And it's caught. Touchdown. Randy Moss as the first half is winding down. And his guys are going to retake the lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is up to 5.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line
as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining.
Stafford on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Getting this into the hands of Eric Dickerson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On first down, Stafford here.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They snap it to Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now Thomas. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw complete to Freiermuth.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
You know what? Why don't you just start over?
So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll try the jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. From the 35 on second down. Stafford.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Rams on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Stafford.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
They go play action now. Jackson, he's going to let it go again. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing is Stafford. And he will find his man on the outside.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now Stafford. And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That will allow them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Oh, no, he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Stafford now to throw. James has got it. Complete. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They're going to give this one to Gronkowski. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Gronkowski, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. They're going to try and run for it. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of... And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Throwing, Jackson.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. This is Thomas. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll keep it on the ground. Thomas, nifty footwork at the 45. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Jackson to throw.
He'll buy some time right. And incomplete on the deep ball. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Jackson.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now Jackson.
Throw left side complete. That's Moss. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Jackson.
Rolling to his right. Open space inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
See if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
One last throw here for Stafford. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, You're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for Charles Davis, the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Los Angeles.